The day begins in the sunshine. Chilly here this morning. It's only 4 degrees Celsius. But it's definitely fall. Blue skies. Wonderful morning. I begin the day by setting some intentions, doing some planning, having my coffee, working in my self-journal, just generally relaxing and letting the time kind of slip in, do a bit of reading before I begin. Good morning, good day. Have you ever wondered what it would be like in the life of a fiber artist and a pastor? Well, settle in with your favorite cup and let's have a rocking chair chat. I'm so glad you're here with me today. I have my coffee, I have my rocking chair, I have my friends and my family. I'm grateful. This weekend is Thanksgiving in Canada, National Thanksgiving. So we focus on being thankful. But let's get right into the meat of this. So I start my day. You saw the earlier videos. I do my journal, and now I'm ready to settle in and get some fiber work going. I do have some pastoral things I have to take care of today outside of the house, so that'll be later on my plan. But I integrate everything into what I'm doing. So first up is my spindle. And this lovely gray that I've been working on. I got a fairly good sized cop going there. Usually I don't go that long. And the one thing that I have done is enlisted the help of Nick, my partner in life, my husband, as he helps open up the fibers before I put them through the drum carder. That saves me quite a bit of time, and it's one of the key things to do when you are a busy creator, is to find ways to outsource, if you will, some of your tasks. So I sit down, I make sure I have room for my coffee, I make sure that my spindle's ready, my knitting's ready. Excuse me, I have to do this. Everything I want is within arm's reach. Now, often what I will do is put YouTube on, and I'll have my journal beside me, and it's actually almost within arm's reach right now. And if I'm watching something, I can take notes as well. I also set up my iPad on Knit Companion, which I love. I'm not affiliated with them, but I do use it over and over and over. Excuse me, to track my knitting. And because I create more than one thing at a time, so I'm working on more than one project at a time, I can slip back and forth and track my rows without thinking, okay, am I on row 10 of this piece or am I on row 10 of this piece? Well, the Knit Companion helps keep me on track for that. So let's just talk a little bit about that. That's all there. What's really important though, I think, is as I'm sitting here rocking and knitting and watching and taking notes, is to make sure I get a break. So I get up to get more coffee. I get up to use the washroom. I just came from being outside to see if my food order was here yet. I'm just waiting. My husband's going to cough. He's retired and we live in this small apartment, so we're here with each other all the time. And it's just such a wonderful feeling. I lost my train of thought, but that's okay. Just making sure that we have time for breaks so that our hands don't get stiff and crampy. Relax our shoulders so that we don't get all tense. I can feel it right in through the back here as well. I've done my morning routine. So I made the bed. I put away the clean dishes, I did my journal, I folded laundry. So all the normal stuff. So I don't have to think about that while I'm creating and crafting. So I'm just looking here through my stuff. Nothing new to show you. Well, actually there is. This is what I was working on. And it was a mitten. It was a mitten. What's left is the cuff, as you can see here. Very rustic looking. But as I knit up the hand, I found that the stitches just didn't look good to me. They looked like I had messed up, or because the yarn is very rustic. I don't know whether you can see that. It's all cream coat now. This is the Bluefaced Leicester and Merino cross that has been washed, and I dyed this. I still have 5 pounds or more to work with. I didn't like it, so Nick frogged it for me up to that point, and I'm trying to decide what to do with this cup. In the meantime, I started, I'm tangled here. Another of the Terevco mitts by Tracy. I finished the orange ones. I believe I showed many of you that, and if you haven't seen it, it's on Instagram. So I started them because I think a stitch definition, I am really tangled, will help. I have barely started. So, and if you're interested in that pattern, I will again post it in the comments section below, because I love it. And she's going to be coming out with not a cowl, but like a dicky with a turtleneck, and then like cable pattern down the front and down the back. So I'm hoping to test knit that when she's ready, because I like it. And I may not have enough of this color left, but I'll have something similar. So these mitts are ready to work on today. And I am still working on the Rhinebeck Buddy socks. There we go. Let's turn it that way so you can see it. And you can see the error. I talked about that earlier this week. I messed up one row. Where is it? No, the messed up row is down here. There we go. In the white, you almost can't see it. And because these socks are for me, I'm not worried about the fact that that's not going to look so good. But this is, where is it here? Sock Ease Lion brand. I don't know how long I've had it in my stash, but it's nice, easy to work with. There he goes. The needles are 2.25 or 2.5. It's worn off, these old wooden needles. Let me just see. Here we go. 2.25. So it's a nice stretchy cuff. I had cast on for a different pair of socks, so the cuff is a little bit different than the pattern shows. If you can see that, there's one row of pearl on that, I believe is what it was. And I have the second one cast on already. So that was part of my 12 Days of Christmas cast on that I did in January. So I will be working a bit more on that. Also, one of the things that I do that possibly we all do from time to time is go down the rabbit hole of Ravelry, Pinterest, Instagram, anywhere where we can see somebody's new ideas, get new inspiration for patterns, for colors. I have something really exciting that I'm going to share with you next week. And I may need some inspiration to go along with that. So that's just a hint of what's to come. I'm not going to tell you much more than that, because I'm just so excited. We're still getting ready for the craft sale at Linden Park Church here up on Hamilton Mountain from 9 till noon. This is my plug. That's the church that I pastor. Craft sale, craft and bake sale is what it is. We're calling it Falling Leaves Bazaar. There's going to be some really nice used clothing too, from what the ladies were talking about. So, and a white elephant table. Oh, I'm going higher and higher and higher. I love this. Is, you know, I've shown this before. This is my favorite larger spindle, and you can see this is what I'm spinning. See how fuzzy that is? Yeah, it's almost like a Cotswold. I've worked with Cotswold before, and it's quite fuzzy and is between Lincoln and Cotswold and Bluefaced Leicester. You get these wonderful long fibers. So, but I have to make sure that I'm spinning fairly woolen, no, worsted, to keep it nice and tight so that my stitch definition is clear and not messy looking like that other mitten was. The other that I had, and I started and then frogged it yesterday as well, was this. And this is the undyed fiber from that stash, from the fleece that I bought, chain plied on my wheel. And it feels a little coarse. As I'm looking at it now, though, it's more fuzzy than I expected it to be. I put it up in a ball yesterday because I thought, well, let's try it in a hat. Well, do I need another hat? Probably not. And if I'm doing another hat, do I want to just do it plain or do I want a stitch pattern? It's all in the inspiration, right? And how far do we go and how much time do we spend trying to be inspired? I honestly don't know. I'm just checking my notes here. One of the things that I have not yet done because I'm not set up yet, but hopefully soon, will be part of a business where I'll be packaging and shipping orders. And I'm kind of excited about that. I'm not going to tell you right now what it is, but that'll be part of the day as well. So in throughout the 32 hours a week that I'm contracted with the church, I have a fair bit of time left over to make sure that I do the work of a YouTuber, creator, content creator, that I do my paperwork, that I get online and create a newsletter and make sure that I'm giving you content that's helpful for you. So I'm going to ask you this question. Is there something you'd like to see from my YouTube channel, from my webpage, that I haven't shown you as yet? Because, I mean, I can chat with you every week just like this, but I'd like to give you what you'd like to hear from me. Tutorial on spinning, there's lots of them out there, and I do things differently. I actually hold and spin in opposite hands to what most people do. And it's the same on the wheel. I hold the fiber in my right. Most spinners that I've watched hold it in the left. So I do things a little bit differently, but I'm self-taught and this is comfortable and it's creating yarn that I'm happy with. There's a little tiny slub there. There we go. But if there's anything about the fiber process that you'd like me to share with you, please do let me know, because I'm here for you, right? I'm here to help you find your inspiration and to enjoy your crafting time, whether it's spinning, knitting, crochet, card making, stamping, quilting, paper piecing, all of those things. I don't like that piece there. There we go. I want you to find joy in the day. So what often happens is I'll start out and I'll work a little bit and I'll watch some of the YouTubes like I mentioned, and then we go out. We go out and pick up whatever we need to pick up while we're out, whether it's groceries or medications or thrift shopping, which is one of the things I like to do. Today it'll be to go to the church to print, because I have 100 copies and I'm not using my printer to print 100 copies. So, because that's just way too much ink. Get a little bit of sunshine because it's beautiful. out there. And then, you know, during the day, we'll come home, I'll set up and I'll do a little bit more spinning, a little bit more knitting. I might do some dyeing, create supper, ha ha. Yeah, supper will be what it will be. Friday, it's date night. So we may be out a bit tonight. Who knows? And tomorrow, family Thanksgiving dinner, which is always exciting and filled with lots of joy and love with the family. But we may find a movie. We watched Thor a week ago, so maybe we'll watch the second one in the series. We're currently rewatching Vikings, so that kind of tells you where my mind is right now. And I'll pick up my needles again. I'll pick up my spindle again. Nick will sit and open up the fibers for me, and the day will end. And it's the repetition. The new repetition in our lives is LeBron, who's our bunny, 4-year-old bunny. Woke me up this morning banging in the cage because he'd run out of water. Beautiful rabbit, absolutely beautiful rabbit. So we have to take care of him too. And there's a routine in that creates stability. So even when I'm thinking about the creative process of spinning and knitting, I'm thinking about routine. I'm thinking about how that fits into my day. So maybe a couple of quick tips for you before I say goodbye. If you're finding that you're not able to get enough time in your day to get all the crafting in that you'd like to do. So let's just see what we can do here. So the first thing is to make sure that you've planned out your day, whether it's in a bullet journal or on your calendar, but whatever it is, time block your fiber work in so that you don't feel like, oh, I've had so much to do. I haven't been able to spend time doing the things I love to do. So that's really important that we do that. Also, when we time block things, it's a good idea to batch things. So if you're going to sit and you're going to spin for a while, alternate between spinning and knitting, spinning, crocheting, checking in on the dye pot if that's what you're up to. But batch everything in the same time block so that you're not necessarily jumping from thing to thing to thing. Get the dailies out of the way. That would be my next tip for you. Get the dailies out of the way so it's not on your mind. Oh, I shouldn't be sitting here knitting when I've got the dishes to do. I shouldn't be sitting here crocheting when I've got laundry to do, or the bed's not made. You know what I mean. So it's really, really good. I lost my count. To get the daily stuff done. And it's the same in any work that you do. You get your morning routine done. You get your dailies out of the way, and then you can focus on your work. So the one thing that I'm doing to build consistency in my fiber work is to sit and do some educational things on my computer, and I have to block that in. So whether it's on Skillshare or watching videos, helping people grow a business, helping people connect with other people, I do that too. So that's part of a different time block for me, is education and reading. And of course, I have my work. So that has to be blocked in as well. So once everything's blocked in, then I can move forward and enjoy the crafting process. Look at this little tiny piece here. Hanging down, not sure what to do. So those are a couple of tips from me to help maybe create some consistency in your hobby. I know a hobby is just supposed to be that, just a hobby. But when the hobby is no longer fun, and it's like the fly lady said, if it's not fun, it won't get done. It's the same with our hobbies. If somehow or other we take the fun out of it, then we're not going to do it. And we're going to put it aside. And then we're going to feel guilty because we started something we didn't fit. You know the drill, right? We all go through it. There you go. So get your dailies done, time block what needs to be done, and then enjoy. Enjoy, enjoy. And lately I've been watching clips of Robin Williams on talk shows, and I'm just laughing and laughing and laughing. And just before we went to bed last night, before we turned the tube off, that's what I did. I put Robin Williams on and giggled, and it just, there's a relaxation in that. And you may wonder, as a pastor, where does that fit into all of this? Well, part of my morning routine is to stop and pray. And if I get frustrated throughout my day, quiet thoughts, scripture reading, meditation, music, all of those things play into it. So there you have it for this week, folks. On Doll Can Create. I hope you're creating something that does bring you joy, that you're creating something not just for other people, but maybe something for yourself as well. Enjoy the weekend. Be thankful. Be thankful. Be thankful. That's the message of the day, is to be thankful for everything in your life. May God truly bless you. Bye for now.